All right, welcome back to the KnivesFAST channel, guys. Say hello to those guys, Ren and Stimpy and Powdered Toast Man and Login TV, and let's get started. We are live, and there's already 15 people in the chat. I'm on StreamYard tonight because we have a guest. So, guys, please forgive me if I missed some folks in the chat, but I know Tim B is here, Rusty Knife Lover, David Iverson, Gon's Reviews. Sorry, there goes my phone. David Iverson, Newman Outdoors, Jason Brown, Coprolite. Yeah, there you go. The budget guy is here. Duke Sinister is here. I know who else did I see? Mike Curtis. I saw Sunbun Bradley earlier. Andy. Man, who am I missing, guys? I don't want to miss anybody. That's not nice. But anyway, we're live, and I only started 3 minutes early today, twice, so that's 6. No, 3 minutes early, and I got my tea ready. So we've got the Tazo Wild Sweet Orange in my Real Cool Dad fishing mug, and it's way too hot to drink just yet, so we'll get there. Freak Show is here. William Powell III, hello, sir. Top Dog is here. Dark Gravity, Some Dude, Reds EDC, hello, buddy. Dan Brock. And some of you guys were over in Mattis Factions chat. I know that. Very cool. Bill Rivers, hello. Man, they are flooding in here. Keith the Knife Freak. Hey, buddy. Terry T-Rex Hanky. Hello, sir. Got to eat. That's fine. You can eat. That's all good. Dan Brock, hello. Yeah, it's not warm here. The snow didn't melt hardly at all. Yeah, I'm doing 7:45 now. Mattis Faction and I kind of coordinated that, but I'm not going to really go earlier than that, except maybe a couple minutes. Acid Test Kids. Marcos. Hello, buddy. K Mason. Hello. Trees Stabbing Troy. Guys, there are a bunch of KF Pit Crew members and Patreon members in the chat already. There you go. There you go, D2 Arca. Hey, man, it's hard to make these choices on what knives to buy. I've had one sitting in my cart for 3 days now that I haven't pulled the trigger on. Michael Stevens, hello. Welcome. We have 31 people in here. That's really cool. And 25 likes. I got to look at my phone because when I'm in StreamYard, I can't see how many likes there are. Now, Bob the Knife Junkie is going to join us at 8, and I'm starting early, and that gives us, hey, Peter, gives us a chance to get pocket checks out of the way and have some good time chatting with Bob. So I'm really excited. Yeah, I wanted a nimble. I'm just not prepared for that right now. I bought this awesome Miguron Centurion, and my funds are gone. So there you go. Well, not quite gone. I mean, I have a little bit, but yep. JN, hello. My knife budget is not nearly big enough. Andrew Hobbert is here. Hey, Andrew, what is up? Got my new Drifter shirt on. It's a little too tight. I ordered large, and it's like super not large. But I didn't look to make sure I got the size I asked for. I'll have to do that after. But it's a little tight. May have to buy another one now. Matt Phillips, good evening. Newman. Hello. All right. Man, this is a great start, guys. So really excited for tonight. Like I said, I watch Bob the Knife Junkie's content quite often, his podcasts and his lives, and I enjoy them very much. So I thought it'd be pretty cool to have him on here. Man, that is crooked, and it is bothering me. There we go. Is that better? No, that's crooked again. I don't like crooked. There we go. Hey, Gorilla, Napster Ninja, and Gorilla. And good welcome. Very, very cool. We're going to wait probably till about 50 or 55, and we'll start pocket checks a little bit early. There's that guy, Big Red EDC, who I hope is feeling better today. We've been chatting a little bit here and there. It's been an interesting day. It's so much stinking snow here. They closed everything down. So stayed home today, did a work for a few hours, and that was about it. And tomorrow they're not opening work till noon because it's still pretty messy. Ooh, too hot. Me with Knives. Hello. Man, this is great. Walk the dog. Peter's got to walk the dog, everybody. Peter, enjoy walking the dog, man. Hopefully the weather's a little nicer out there than it is here, sir. That would be really, really good if it was for you. 39 in here and 35 likes. I am digging that a lot. Does Alka-Seltzer count as a chewable medicine? It's not supposed to be chewed, I don't think. It'll probably plop, plop, fizz, fizz in your mouth if you do that. Wait, do? It just got weird in here. Walk the dog, wink, wink. What's up, Navy? Navy, did I miss Navy? Navy 85, is that who we're talking about? Or are you talking to JB? Maybe. All right, Plains Crafter, Mattisfaction, welcome, buddy. I hope your live went well. I was eating dinner, so I didn't get to check it out, unfortunately. Very, very cool. Look at these people flying in here. This is great. So, have a bunch of knives on the table. Have a lot to talk about tonight. We're going to save most of it for when Bob comes on. I am going to get my pocket check laid out here because I'm about. No, T-Rec is not the special guest. He could be someday, but not today. Ed Harrison, hello, sir. Everybody doing okay today? I just had a wake-up call because I was emailing Bob, the Knife Junkie, who's coming on, and as of Friday, U.S. Postal Service told me he had my prototype of the Mach 51 that came from Peter. And as of a few minutes ago, he said, no, I don't have it yet. And I looked, and it says on tracking that he should have gotten it on Friday. So we're going to have to figure this out. Not sure if what is happening, but it's a long story. But I hope I don't have a lost Mach 51. That would be not good. Hey, Red. Bang, bang. Hello, hello. There's always some great names around here. It's really cool. There's another good one. So let's go ahead, guys. Tell you what, there's 50 in here. That was quick. So I was going to wait on the pocket check, but let's start dropping them, guys. Start putting them down there. And if anybody comes in after, we'll try to remember to ask them what they've got. Very, very cool. Brandon Thrasher, hello, buddy. What's up? All right, Rusty's got the Mad Pal Clothworks Hank, Spyderco Delica, Cold Steel 8010, Angry Watermelon, and a Victorinox Pioneer X and a Fisher Space Pen. Very cool. Man, the chat is jumping. There we go. There we go. That's not always a bad thing. You know, I should put these up. I'll start doing that now. Let's see. Spyderco Native Chief today for Top Dog. Very, very cool. Bug Out BK4 for Coprolite. Very, very cool. Slim Midi was your work from home knife today for Dan Brock. Very cool. Benchmade Contigo M390 for Mr. Peter. That's a cool one right there. Carried the 940-1 and the Angry Watermelon. D2 did. Very cool. Sinister or Duke has the Sea Snake, the Axial Shift, the Sinister 20.5, and the Axial Punch Pry. Hey, Michael Morgan. Everybody say hi to Michael Morgan. Very cool. Mike K has the Nikron N6 and the Gonzo Beater. Very cool. Hey, whatever it takes to get it done, man. Tim's got the Smooth Sentinel from the Rhea and carbon fiber. I had that yesterday. Classic SD in orange I3T Olight, and Refine titanium. Very cool. I love my Refine pin. That's not what I'm carrying today, though. I have a different pin today. Jason's got that sweet Brass Concept Main Street. Love the blade shape on that one. Olight Warrior Mini and Forest SLR Hank. K320 and a Chaparral. Me with Knives has. Now, here's a funny thing. My K320 and my Deca are both with Kevin Lefty EDC, so I hope they return in one piece. Did I say that? Pena Mula, sorry. BMD Stunner and Oaksworks Osprey. Okay, let's stop and read what Andrew just wrote. He's got the Mula, the Stunner, and the Osprey all being carried today. Andrew, man, I'm not worthy. 20.5 and Penguin in titanium. I love that one. Chris McNair, welcome. I have a titanium Penguin. Civivi Button Lock Elementum, Drifter in KnivesFAST Blue. I might have one of those today. We'll look in a minute. And I even got the Drifter shirt on, so we're good to go. There, Mr. Iverson. Manufactions playing with Jared's giant silkworm. Very cool. Carried the Mallory Forest today, but switched to the Finch Rutley in Ghost Green currently. A little downsizing when you get home, I know. Jack, there you go. Very cool. Jack's lungs. Junior Miz has the QSP Parrot. Civivi Bow and Olight S1 Baton. Very cool. Leland Phil with the PM2 with the blue aluminum scales and a Finch Holiday. Some dude's got a leak. Ken Onion leak. Very cool. All right, Kaiser Towser K in purple micarta. I still need to check one of those out. I need to do that. I got to put that on my list and get one. Sage 5 lightweight Hinderer Warthog Investigator pin and SC3 for Bill Rivers. T-Sip. Very cool. Gorilla's got the AD20. Whoops. Space pin. Rovi Von Aurora. Very cool. I like my Aurora very much. Napster Ninja. Hogue EX01. Very cool one. Quillen, hello. Welcome. Got the Boker compact small carry today. Gon says he's flipping the Aryan. Very, very cool. I wonder where you got that one from. Matt's got the, all right, I got to say this right. Sativian ST302 and the CRGJB Mylea. Very cool. Boar Arms reviews. Welcome, buddy. Very cool. We're getting some new folks in here tonight. Spyderco PM2 M4 Tanto blade. Actually, I've seen you before, man. I'm sorry. G-Ball's got the new Kubi KU334. Uh-oh, I got to look that one up now. EMP EDC Nimble V2. Black blade, black frag, green hardware. Wow. QSP Penguin blue frag, black blade. About to unbox a Fair Forge Stinger. Wow, G-Ball. JB's got that extra cool Buck Highline, which actually looks really cool. A nerd from TRM, from Andrew, I believe, and an Angry Watermelon. I gave my Angry Watermelon to my wife, so I will never see it again. Cormorant version 2, mini sheepdog thumbhole, Dapper Ion Light, Scout carried Kaiser Maverick Harpoon, fixed blade all for Jared. Budgeteer blades there. There we go. Dan Brock, wait, okay, there we go. Tree Stabbing Troy's got the Kaiser Roach. K Mason had the Demco 8020 Slim Shark's Foot. Very stinking cool. Those Slims are cool. Benchmade Grizzly Creek. I like that one. Alliance Design Scout I3 Olight Lynch Northwest in without knocking pry bar and a SMKW Hank. Very cool. Oh, you mean one of the little cloths they sent out? Yeah, those are pretty cool, actually. The usual S90V Native Chief, Mora Eldris, and a tiny Stanley block plane because I'm working on wood. Okay, yeah, you got to have a block. I got a couple of planes right in there on my workbench, which I dug out from under my workbench the other day so I can actually get to it. Hello. Cheap Gerver pocket knife and a light day for Byron. Hey, nothing wrong with that, man. Yeah, I don't know about an expert. I got to fix up my video. I think that launches, that video might hit tomorrow, but I don't have it ready yet, Keith. Guess I know what I'll be doing after this. Case Patriotic Trapper for Mike Curtis. That is awesome. I still have that, Mike, I still have that Caribbean Blue Bone Copperhead in my cart. And we know somebody's had a little bit of issues with some case quality control recently, and it's making me pause a little bit. So I don't know. We'll figure it out. Vero, Axon, and Slim Midi. Whoops, sorry, Brandon Thrasher. Damn Designs Oni XL Yellow for Matt Phillips. G10, very cool. QSP Penguin from Marcus Forbes. Hey, Marcus. And guys, we've got 60 in here and 46 likes. This is great. This is fun. Let's see. Timascus Peter Carey Cornerstone for CPM. Hello, man. Welcome. Seeing some names in here tonight that are new-ish. Michael Stevens, Kaiser Sheepdog XL. Yeah. Fillet knife to Kevin Kirk to cut myself up for not winning Neve's giveaway. Yeah, I didn't win either. And I was allowed to enter because I wasn't one of the channels. Ethan, hey man, I haven't seen you in a month of Sundays. Hinder XM18 3.5 Spanto. Jack says he'll be back in a bit after he cooks some dinner. Well, you're not supposed to be in here, Mr. Quarantine. Trevor says hi, everybody, but he's not allowed in here right now. No, he's pretty much done, and he's barely been sick too. But pray for the rest of the folks we know that are having a hard time with it, guys. All right, I think I got through everybody. If I missed anybody, please give me a minute and drop it back down in the chat. Man, I got way behind there. Hero Sticks is here. Hello, sir. Nick Martino is here. Hello, Pocket Knife Review. Shane is here. All right, I don't think I missed anybody else. So tell you what, I'm going to bring, I see our friend Bob on the other side here. I'm going to bring him in, and then I'm going to show you guys what I've got in the pocket today and put Bob on the spot here. So here he comes, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, Casey.
The Knife Junkie, everybody. Say hi to Bob.
How's it going, man? Thanks for having me.
Going good. I hope you didn't get bombarded with as much snow and ice as we did.
I did. Actually, we went, we took the weekend. We went to my wife's family's mountain home. And I know my wife and my girls were like hoping to get snowed in. And I've already missed so much work this season. I can't get snowed in.
I know. The unfortunate part about my job is I'm able to work from home these days, so it doesn't really matter. I just keep on trucking, you know.
Yeah.
So yep. Everybody's saying hi to Bob. I know in StreamYard, Bob, it's sometimes hard for the guests to see the chat. So
I get it.
I'll try to keep you honest if there's any questions or anything like that. Well, thanks for joining the Crazy KnivesFAST channel here. We on Mondays we have a little bit of fun. There's already 64 people in here and lots of folks saying hello. So
cool. Yeah, I was checking out the pocket check. I was just kind of watching beforehand. And not only was I digging, hearing what everyone's carrying, but I got to say, you've got an ultimate man cave. I love the look of the room that you broadcast from.
Yeah, although Jason Brown in the chat always says I have my wife's sheets hanging up in the back, but that's okay. Snow is a real stick in my craw, says Pocket Knife Review. There you go. Hey, Mark Ratliff, glad you're here. I bet you had a fun day. Mark, I always give Mark my update on my crazy mail people. I didn't get any mail today, Mark. It was it's MLK Day. Of course we didn't get mail. I was just thinking it was because of the snow. But
I got to say, I was coming home from my weekend excursion and really hoping to see a box on the front porch. I'm expecting a few. One from you.
Did you see my message? So it says it was picked up Friday at the post office. So
yeah. It's because I had it sent to work, so it wouldn't be sitting outside. But I do have.
Good Lord.
Yeah. Oh, just leave it on the corner. I'll find it.
Yeah, there's no more Predator. We have a microphone now, Andrew. There's no more Predator. We used to have this really weird sound that would come on these earbuds. When I would put my knife near my phone near my earbuds, it would make this crazy sound. Yeah, we're getting there. We're going to tell you what Bob's carrying. Let's just go through mine real quick. And of course, it is a blue Monday. So I've got my blue Drifter shirt on. So of course, guess what, guys? Hold on. I almost picked up the wrong knife first. The blue Drifter's in the pocket today. You got to have the KnivesFAST blue micarta Drifter. I love this thing. And I know David Iverson had one in the chat. And then the second one for me was the Kubi Vandal today, also in blue. And guys, this will be given away after I finish reviewing it. So look forward to that one. Leave it on the corner. Go FedEx, says Keith. And then the last one, Bob, I want to talk to you about this knife today. But I'm going to go ahead and show it. I have been carrying this guy quite a bit. It's the Goliath from Hoback.
Yes.
And this is basically the Quayback in a small fixed blade version. It's obviously way smaller than the Quayback, but it's the same size, same design as the Quayback. It's just a little tiny, great pocket dropper. And it actually has this super cool sheath
So nice.
And then they did it in that blue G10. They call it blue lava G10, which is interesting. So yeah, the reason I wanted to carry this today was it felt like something Bob would carry.
That is indeed something. So wait, what's the blade length of that? Is that about 3 inches?
Let's see. Where's my right here?
I also like.
I think it's right at. Yep, right at 3.
Wow.
Right at 3 and it's. I mean, it's not. It's a very small knife. I mean, you don't completely get 4 fingers. It's right at. Well, you do. It's right at the edge of 4 fingers for me. But that makes it a perfect little pocket dropper, and it is. For those of you that saw my unboxing, it is a slicer.
And something I like about that, I'm sorry I keep interrupting
no,
you,
you're
but
good.
it's
You're
exciting
good.
to me.
This is a conversation.
You've got an actual real clip on that. So oftentimes you buy a fixed blade, you have to immediately replace the clip, or everyone's different. But that looks like a universal. You could use that for your pocket. You could use that in the waistband. You could use that all over the place.
The only issue I've had so far is that the clip is a little on the stiff side, and as you probably can't see, it's actually got a cutout in the Kydex that the clip sits down in. Okay. So it does make it a little stiff going in the pocket. But it's not terrible or anything. It's just, so literally for me, it's more been a dropper. And so I've been contemplating just taking the clip off, but I don't know yet. So I want to carry it a little bit more before I decide. And then again, guys, real quick, I'm going to get done. I've got my blue Shadowborn Hank's Old Glory Hank. Blue flashlight, got the and the blue Parker Jotter pen. So of course, all ready to go today. All right, Bob, we're going to put you on the spot. Everybody's asking.
I love the classic Jotter pen, man. That's like what
I have I have several different pins, but this is one I go back to quite often.
This is like what professors used in the 60s, like, and FBI, everyone used this back in the day.
Right. And you can change it out to fit your fancy. So if you like a little lighter ink, a little heavier ink, a little finer ink, a little a classic ballpoint, whatever you want, it works for me. So
and with the new, they all have aluminum barrels now instead of the plastic. So if you're Jason Bourne and you're in a pinch, I'm just saying.
Yeah. See, and we're going to get into this in a minute because Bob is Jason Bourne. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, right. I just collect some of the implements that he would love to use. That's all.
We'll talk about that Picala at some point because I like when you show that thing. That thing is crazy looking, but. All right. Bob, so what were you carrying today? I know you were around the house. I had more than I normally would around the house, but I was actually doing a bunch of stuff in my daughter's room. We painted it yesterday, and
oh, nice.
I was actually using knives today. So yeah. So there you go.
It feels good to get that kind of task done. Painting is always like,
I hate
we got to paint. and then once you get into the groove, I mean, for me, I'm like, no, everyone back off, leave me alone. I got this.
Hey, Diver Dave, welcome.
So today I actually was driving with the family, and whenever I'm in a road trip scenario, even if it's 3 hours like today, I carry my SOCOM Elite with the Tanto blade.
This is a big bad boy.
It is, and it's got a beautiful Tanto shaped blade. I just think it's amazing, and this was 2013. I think this is right before they changed it to the current configuration, but I love this giant swedge and sorry about that, all the faceting. And then the reason I always carry this, it's superstitious, but it's the first knife I ever had with a glass breaker.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it's the responsible thing to do.
I agree.
And they make this knife, for those of you who have SOCOM Elite or Delta or anything, they really do optimize this knife for, just using it for noggin knocking. It feels really great when you hold it with the blade in and that.
Now, I think I'm probably wrong on this. I don't have any pocket knives with a glass breaker, and I probably should. What I have is right in the console beside me, I have my SE3, which has that pommel on the back, which you could smash a window open. But if you're like drowning and like your car, am I really going to think to pop into the console and grab that? I don't know.
Maybe, hopefully.
Hopefully I would. I do check on that knife often, so it's on my mind that it's there.
Yeah.
Because it's 1095, I always want to make sure it's not like rusting or anything weird is happening to it. So I check on it quite often. Hey, Keith, I forgot to send you the link to Bob's channel. If you can hunt that down and stick that up in the chat a couple of times for me, that would be great. I just want everybody to make sure you're checking out Bob. I mean, hopefully, if you're checking out me, you've already checked out Bob. But that's cool. What else did you have?
Well, I just want to make a quick addendum.
Yeah, please.
Like now at this point, I keep the Enforcer XL in my car. That's an off-grid knife. It's got a giant glass breaker that you just can't miss. So it's not. And then I have one of those little safety hammers. I have ways to break glass.
I have one of those as well.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I would think of that one.
I don't think I would either.
This is more of a spiritual partner on the journey, if you will.
Gotcha. It's almost like you're Linus, and that's your security blanket.
Yes, exactly.
Is that where we're at?
Exactly. That is it. And then I had a fixed blade on me, and here I thought I had. No, okay, yeah. So this is what I was carrying today. This is my wife got this for me for Christmas.
Ooh.
This is a Stroop Knives TU, that stands for tactical use.
That reminds me of an older tour knife, that like one of their, I think it was the Vandal they had, and a couple of the.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. Look at that shape on the blade.
Kind of Sax like.
Yeah.
But with that upturn, it's got a tiny bit of belly up front. It's just it just appeals. And then she had my logo etched in it. It's kind of hard to see, but
super cool. Yeah, no, I do see it.
The handle is so incredibly comfortable. Yeah. So I had this on me. It's overkill, but that's what I do. I my carry is always overkill. That's why, I'm pretty sparing with my Instagram, especially lately. But when I always label it my overkill for the day, because I don't need any of this stuff really.
Right. Understood.
I could get along with a classic with my lifestyle.
You know what I'm thinking, Bob? What I need is I need a what's your guy's name? Is it Bob? No, it's not Bob. It's
Jim.
Jim. I need a Jim. I'm missing everybody's comments. I need to be putting them in there. Sorry about that.
This is what I was going to say to you before. Like, you do great without having a Jim. I don't know. I'd be,
I have no idea how but I'm missing them all right now. But Andrew says the Enforcer XL is a big badass knife. Yeah, it is. And Peter, I was going to ask you if you're done walking the dog, if you've got one of those SOCOM Elites he showed. I bet you that looked like a Peter knife to me.
I'm looking forward to that Bravo too. I got to say, the Reich.
Okay, Michael Morgan says to look at his comment above. So hold on, Michael. I'm looking. Where'd I miss it, Michael? Maybe you have to type it again. Okay, what would happen? All right, what would happen if you tried to break a car window with just the pommel of a knife? Titanium. Boy, I don't know, because I've always wondered about this. And if you're submerged, the pressure is going to be to such a degree. That's why having something pointed like that glass breaker is kind of important. I don't know. I've always wondered. That's the pommel on the end of that SE3 is kind of serrated. The pommel on that one right there that you showed. But I think the answer to your question, I think it'd be tough if it didn't have some sort of sharp point. What do you think, Bob? That's a great question.
I only know I've only broken one tempered glass. It was an old patio table we were getting rid of, and my daughter and I, she videotaped it. You can tell how old I am. She shot it, and we went out there with all my knives at the time that had glass breakers. This was one of them, and I broke that thing up and some wine bottles, and I did not necessarily find the sharper the better. I think it's more definitely acute. But that's rounded over. It's
right. It is. Here. It's definitely not as pokey as some of them I've seen, like the ones on the is it the Microtex that have them, like the Truodon, and theirs are more kind of stabby and pokey. Hey, Sobix. Hey, who else have I missed? Lone Wolf, Scott N. Hello. I know a lot of there's 81 in here, so very cool.
Where's
Scott
N? I recognize a lot of these names.
Man, they're having a great conversation here.
Hero Sticks, Nick Martina.
Where's the sweet spot to hit the window? Boy, and somebody else just said, Keith just said something up above. I think I might pull something else out of my side and just try to pour the window out.
Perhaps.
Perhaps. I don't know. I've never had this scenario. I guess we need to go look for YouTube videos. on how to best break the window when your car is sinking.
Now, I have heard that the best place to break any window, like any tempered glass, is in the corner. Is that right? I mean, that's where I
I don't
attempted
know.
it, and
Who
it
knows?
eventually
Does any?
broke. But
Okay, so Budget Guy says near the top right, as far as I know. So that's kind of where the window would go, like this and like that. So maybe
yeah,
that's your corner that you were talking about. Okay, there's people are saying corner. Hit the bottom corner by the latch side, says K Mason. Latch side, says K Mason. Man, this is an interesting conversation. I didn't
yeah.
expect.
I bet
Corner,
it's a lot harder to break this automotive glass than my patio
and again,
table.
especially with the pressure of water pushing against it,
Oh
it would
yeah.
be.
And then you have a shotgun spray of glass in the face with the rush of water. I mean, just thinking.
Yeah, that would be great. Hey, Laura, welcome, Big Daddy. Welcome. Yeah, Big Daddy says he thinks you're correct about the corner. So that sounds probably you want something to focus pressure to a small point. Now, I will tell you, several years ago, one of my kids threw, I think it was a baseball at the window of my car, and the way it shattered was very interesting to me. I'm standing out there washing my car, and he's just throwing a baseball around, and next thing I know, boom. But it just shattered. It didn't again, with the pressure of water it would, but it didn't like fall to pieces. It just shattered and stayed in place, and I kind of had to push it out. So who is this Bob guy? This is Bob the Knife Junkie. Look, this is Keith saying this. He's being a smart aleck.
Who is the Bob guy? Hey, Keith, how you doing, Keith?
Who is this Bob?
What's good, Keith?
All right. So, tell you what, we will get derailed on the window for a minute. So, what do you have anything else with you while you were traveling today from the?
Oh, I mean,
from the mountain house.
The mountain
sounds
house.
great.
It's always fun. We always go up twice a year, but I brought a whole bunch with me. But on my person, it was just these two.
Okay.
And then for fidget fun, I had my Civivi Brazen.
There you go.
This one just kind of lives in my backpack.
That's cool. My son got one of those recently, and he just plays with it all the time. He can't decide between that and his 1929, which one he likes to play with more. So.
Oh yeah, 1929 is a
he
great.
Loves that thing. Yeah. Yep. So K Mason says Microtech has demo videos on their channel. So that would be a good place to check, guys. Neither Bob or I are the break the window experts. Let's see. So close to a corner will cause the shatter best window underwater that you are not sitting next to. Okay,
yeah,
all right. That's a good point too.
That's a great idea. Hey, Todd, how you doing?
Point. Unless the car is like anyway. Tops does it on their channel as well. Okay. All right, guys. There's plenty of resources out there. Go find them.
Since Nick brought up Tops, this is my other this has been my travel knife for a long time. This usurped my my old cold steel Tanto, Master Tanto, which I always used to travel with. That still lives by the bed. But this is the Prather War Bowie. I have I made this Kydex sheet. This is one.
Okay.
Whenever I make Kydex, it's either really awesome or it really sucks. And this happens to have been really awesome. So
that one looks great.
It's got a nice,
holy moly.
But this is a blade. This is a beautiful knife. I think it's a 7.5 inch 1095. It's about a 1/4 inch thick, but I love that super long clip. I think that's really very pleasing to me. And I also know for something called the War Bowie, this is supposed to have, this is great. This is a great outdoors knife. You can even baton with it because this swedge is pretty broad here. But it's also meant to be a combat knife. So that long swedge really adds to its, puncturing,
pokey stabbiness.
And then I like this feature here. This is like reminiscent of a lot of old French fighting knives that look like old French chef's knives, where the blade itself is the guard and you have a broad blade. And then a tapering inward handle. So I love this thing.
That handle looks great.
Yeah, it's got the that Tops always kind of has a cool layer of G10 lining in there, and
that's cool.
Black
yeah, that reminded me with that color of this is my Tour Field 2.0, and it's got those copper liners under the. Man, it's not focusing. Hold on. There we go. Copper liners underneath the walnut there, but again, not nearly as pokey stabby. This is more of an outdoors
That's a
tool for me. But
beaut.
I love the matter of fact, they dropped a ebony wood version today that looks ridiculous. They just dropped those. By the way, one more. I'm going to make this the last comment on the window breaking, but no, I'm just kidding. D2 says amazing how easy a tiny piece of a spark plug can break a window. The white part, the smallest shard thrown at a window will shatter it. So
get out of here.
If that's the case, and I don't have any reason to believe he doesn't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, I'm just gonna believe him.
Yeah, I'm gonna believe him. Then maybe we make too much out of this. So that's super interesting. But I agree with you. That's very comforting to have that with you, and that was the point to begin with. But that micarta, and Nick says it for the record. Tops does some awesome micarta. That looks wonderful on that handle. It really does. So since I told Bob I don't ever get to talk fixed blades, okay? Because I like fixed blades. I carry fixed blades from time to time, not every day, but I have one in my car all the time. I have one that I take with me anytime I'm going to be outside or anything like that. But this fixed blade, I wanted to show this one to you a little bit. This is the Lion Steel M4. And I want you to look at that handle. That just locks you in. That micarta is it's got like cutting in it, like ribbing.
Yeah.
And
it's
it
like
just unbelievably feels great in the hand. What were you gonna say? I'm sorry.
So you got a Coke bottle, like if you flip it how you had it originally. If you're looking at the spine, you've got a Coke bottle shape, which is really nice to lock you in that, 3-dimensionally. But also because it's Italian, and they got class and style. It's crowned and sitting a little bit proud, right? But the crownedness of it feels really good. So let me ask you about this very stylish touch. When you're using this in the winter time, does the spine of the blade and the bottom part of the tang conduct cold into your hand because it sits proud?
Yeah, I mean, I think it would. Yeah, I just got this one recently, so I haven't really gotten to mess with it outside, but I bet it would, because you're right. It does stand proud quite a bit right there, and it's crowned like that. Now, you know what's interesting about this one, Bob, is for those of you who like to fire start, you're not going to do it up here. This is all crowned, but they have provided this nice, very 90-degree pommel at the end here. Well, it's just the end of the tang, so it's not really a pommel. But very, very cool, and it does work. I've tried that. Does send some sparks. Your headrest is supposed to pull you out. Okay. Oh, you pull the headrest out and smash the window. Okay, we're still back on this. we're still talking about breaking windows. This is a big topic.
Hey, KC, let me ask you, what do you look for in a fixed blade?
So it just depends on my use for it. If I'm taking it fishing or something, like I said, that tour is absolutely perfect for me, because I don't care how far down it hangs, because like, in Virginia, it's not a big deal to walk around open carry this or whatever. So this is this knife is perfect to go fishing, because I want a couple of things. I do a lot of trout fishing in remote areas. I don't typically stay right where they stock. I go way down the river where not everybody else has been. And so I actually use this to hack crud out of my way when I'm going through little limbs and undergrowth and things like that. But at the same point, it'll cut line. It'll cut a fish if I have to out in the woods. It's perfect. But if I'm looking for something to carry, then I want something that's going to carry well. One of the reasons I love this guy is this dangler puts it where I can carry this to work, and you're not going to see it. I go with untucked shirts, so my shirt's below it. It's not, because of this, it's not going to stab me in the side like a lot of knives with, for example, I love this knife from Tour again. I got another Tour here. This is the Anaconda. Really dig this knife, but I don't carry this a lot on my side because it sticks up so much that it jabs me in the side. Now I have put this really cool, shoot, now I can't remember the brand name, Ulticlip system on it, where I can carry it 90 degrees. So I can carry it like this. but it still sticks out a lot. So yeah, it's just, I like a knife that I'm going to carry that can sit in a sheath, and maybe that's why you make kydex, so you can do it whatever you want. But now I'm carrying it up here, and it's in a perfect formation for me. And then you've got, of course, this little guy that's just a pocket dropper. So
that little thing is so sweet. Let me
these
show you.
are dropping as we speak, guys. I know I said that the other day. I saw one on, was it River's Edge, I believe. I saw these for sale. They're also on Hoback's website. They release, you know how Hoback works. They release everything in small batches. So yeah, really cool. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, not at all. I was, in my fixed blade collecting, I either go for the kind of knives that I have no real use for in my life, like really cool fighting knives and military style combat classics, and then I carry small knives on me. I like little fighters and that kind of thing for daily carry. But this one I got from a gentleman named Matt Chase. He has a company called Hogtooth Knives, and he made this exquisite knife I'll show you later for my 50th birthday. But this one is this is his EDC Tanto, and this I'll show you with the sheath first. It's got this little discrete carry concepts. I love their clips, similar to the Ulti clip, just a little different here. And then it's so this is what I really look for in something I actually plan on carrying and using, is something that's small enough that I can ride in my waistband, because unlike you, I cannot really wear something on my belt and get away with it, unfortunately. But then the handle pops up, and it is a short handle. It's just enough to get four fingers on. Right. And it's got a 3.5-inch blade, and with nice ergonomics and everything, and it's just locked in. It's small enough on the handle side, and it's rounded. And to me, that's really important, because I sit in the car, it jabs my ribs. Maybe I'm not as slender and svelte as I once was, and I feel it, kind of against me. So having that short, rounded off handle, I end up carrying it a lot for that reason, even though some other knives might get my heart racing quicker or something.
Right. It's and that's the thing. So am I carrying this today? I'm probably doing office work today, and I'm not really going to need this thing, but am I just carrying it because like you said earlier, it's like my security blanket. It's something I want to have. Or am I carrying it because I want to show people, or am I carrying it for actual use? Now, you were talking about, I mean, of course, everybody has a K-bar, and this is not one that I would typically, carry a lot. But if I'm going to be out in the woods, if I'm camping or anything like that, this is a great knife to have or in your case, if you're going to fight. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, everybody digs a K-bar. It's just, it's great, but I just don't carry it very often. So I guess back to your question, it's got to be something that I'm going to carry. Yeah. And like this little guy, this is again, I've got tour
that little thing
all over the place, but this is the Jank Shank. And again, I can carry this, and I can just take it and I can drop it in my pocket. You like that name, huh?
Yeah, I do.
I can drop it in the pocket, or I can wear it. Again, I've got that system where I can clip it on with that same clip. Yeah. And so, it just depends on what you're actually going to use, in my opinion.
Speaking to the
budget guy says I don't have a K-bar. Sorry.
I don't have
so everybody doesn't have a K-bar. I'm sorry.
So here you go then. Here's the perfect reason. Even if you're like an exclusively a folder collector, you should have at least one fixed blade. At least one fixed blade.
I would think so.
If you're going to do it, I say you get a K-bar for this reason. Especially if you live in the United States of America. You get it because you're killing two birds with one stone. You're getting two classic American knives with one purchase. You are getting a Bowie knife, and then you're getting the classic K-bar, USMC fighting knife.
Right,
so
exactly.
You can justify it that way.
Folks, we are at 94 people in here, and that is pretty awesome. I appreciate all of you guys, and let's see how many likes we got. I always like to check on that because everybody works so hard for that. 78. Thanks, guys, for doing that. I appreciate it. Let's see.
The other 20 are simmering bitterly. Like, oh, this guy.
They're like, what is wrong with this guy? I've been carrying the Brian Brown Chuck. Okay, so I saw that one, Hero
What's
6.
that?
Let me see if I can pull it up.
Is that the two finger? Oh no.
No,
I'm thinking,
it's a full size, I think. Let's see, Brian. I'm gonna try this
yeah.
on the cuff. I'm not good at this, so if I can spell Brian. Pre-sale. All right, so this will give us at least a picture of one to go to here. Okay, yes, that's the one I actually thought it was. So hold on, let me get it up in the chat. This is a really cool looking fixed blade. So share my screen. So one thing, I've got too much stuff crowded around my okay, here we go. All right, so there it is. So this is a pre-sale, the Brian Brown's Chuck.
Oh yeah.
And that is, look at that hollow grind and the way it comes down to that point. Well, I was trying to zoom in on it. It doesn't want me to do that. There we go. Wow. That's and the micarta. Now it does look like it'd be kind of shortened. Does it force you, I wonder, to use that ring?
Well, it looks like it's centered, and a centered ring is only, frankly, really good for reverse grip with the blade going
Gotcha.
perpendicular to your palm. Otherwise, see, okay, I have a problem with the rings. More and more, I dislike rings. This knife, this Brian Brown fixed blade, was the Chuck. To me,
Right.
it is compelling and absolutely beautiful until you hit that ring, and I'm like,
We wish it didn't have a ring. Yeah.
and you know what? It doesn't. It really evokes karambit. You want to put your finger through that and then start, but it's not lined up for that. I don't think that's what it's made for. Who knows? It could be made for a carabiner or other purposes. But when I see that, I can't help but think karambit, and then I
So
get
it's
a
a
little
2¼ inch blade. So that means you got about a little less than 4 inch, 3. Yeah, I think you're going to be on that ring. I really do. You have to use the ring, it looks like to me. It's an interesting looking knife, though.
It is. I mean, that blade.
Jason Brown says, "Who are we marrying with this knife? Rings on the handles." There we go. Very cool, Jason. It's a cool knife, but again, it's. I agree with you. It's now, Bob. Back to this. Okay, so this is the Anaconda. Now, I do use the ring on it sometimes, but this one has enough handle where I don't have to.
Yeah.
So, go ahead.
I was going to say most everything I have that has a ring. I generally, sometimes I'll flip it around and kind of, play with it in this intended sort of traditional, but really like this, I'd be much happier. And same thing with this. I've just heard a lot of stories about people who, when they actually use
that finger off.
the rings, this guy, Ed Calderon, he does these classes. If you don't know who he is, he was a former, on the Mexican side, like their DEA. He was fighting the cartels with the Mexican Special Police, and then he left due to corruption and stuff like that. But he teaches all these classes, seminars where he goes to different martial arts schools, teaches people how to escape from captivity, all these different crazy techniques. But one thing he does is brings a pig and they hang it up and they call it live tissue medium whatever. They have a name for it, but basically it's stabbing the pig and learning what it's really like, and then also doing it in a somewhat amped up, like you're hitting a heavy bag or something. And people with rings tend to, when they're all jacked up with adrenaline, hurt their fingers on these. So
I would bet.
But without you putting your finger through there, it makes pretty damn comfortable pommel.
Right. If you're carrying it that way. Right. Now, the jig shank, I felt that same way about it. If I'm holding it this way, I have to use that ring. Now, if you're, well, you still got to use it doesn't matter. This one's small enough where you would have to use the ring if you were going to use this.
But it's lined up properly. It's not sitting on top of the handle. It's forward. Yeah.
Correct. So it just depends. Again, does it need a ring? Not really. If it's got a proper, guard to it where your hand's not going to go up on that blade. For example, this, you're locked in like that and you're not going anywhere. It doesn't really need a ring for me.
That's a cool knife, man. That one you're putting down.
Yeah. So they've got, I always tell people, and if you're like Bob and you like a Tanto better, They have the serpent. The serpent is this exact knife with the tanto, and the anaconda is the drop point. And I'm a drop point kind of guy. Everybody's different. It's just, it's a blade that I've used for any number of things, and it is sharp. And it's a S35 on these, so good steel, good knife. It's a little what's the word? It's thick at the spine, and so the grind, because it's so small, the grind is kind of steep. But I have had no problem sharpening this and getting it to a screaming sharp edge at all. So Keith Darish wants us, or Keith, the Knife Freak, wants us to say hello to Kay Darish. His mother is here in the chat watching. Very cool.
Hey, Kay
Mom.
Darish.
Hello, Kay. Good to have you here. Hopefully you're enjoying this craziness about knives and all that stuff.
Hey, KC, can I show you a cool fixed blade that gets a lot of use whenever we travel? Well, it depends on the traveling. We haven't done any flying in quite a while, but this is the Off-Grid Knives Grizzly, and it's a camp/kitchen knife. And this thing is awesome. First of all, sounds cool when you pull it out. But
big.
Yeah, it is broad. This is 2 inches wide.
Right.
This is thin. I'm not good with this is a 1/16 of an inch, I think, maybe. And it's very, very, very thin.
Yeah, because it's so tall. Yeah.
Yes. Makes a great kitchen knife. I like it. Feels really good in my hands. My wife really likes it. I also like it because if you
like, you're grabbing it like that, that'd be perfect for in the kitchen. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's this broad blade is great for just scooping up a whole bunch of whatever you cut to throw it into the but it would also make a pretty darn sturdy. I mean, I would feel comfortable having this on my belt as a outdoors knife. It's thin enough you could make it a pretty good machete, even though it's short.
Keith would like to know if that's TSA legal.
Yeah, yeah. As long as you have it in your belt, in your waistline. It's Aus 8. It also looks cool. It's sort of menacing, in a Viking-ish
it
sort
does
of way.
Look, Viking sax kind of. Will I have to stop and read Will W's comment because it's not about the Boker Mermaid for the first time ever. He can confirm that the Becker 18 from K-Bar is a tough little knife. That's cool. I haven't seen that one,
BK
but I had to read it. Jason Brown says, shout out to ProX, of course. Very, very cool. We miss you, Bill. Hope to see you back soon, buddy. Everybody give a little love to ProX down in the chat.
What's the story there?
Okay, so he's a member of the community that's been going through some health issues, and it's he used to be in all the chats all the time, and he's at a point that he just can't handle it being in here and all the everything that's going on. He just can't handle it right now.
Sure.
And so I did. Will says I missed his Boker Mermaid comment. Yeah, that's good, man. Keith is giving some love there. This always cracks me up when they put the emojis in the comments on StreamYard. It shows up like that, so I always have to put one of those up for fun. StreamYard is weird.
Yeah, I love StreamYard though.
But I do too.
I've never operated it myself for anything that's gone out.
Jim. Yeah,
exactly.
I need a gym. I gotta find myself a gym.
Yes, we all need a gym for that. That's for damn sure.
That's
I mean,
awesome.
anyone, or in any creative pursuit, and you've been doing a lot of collaborating, and unfortunately, I don't have your Mach 51 in hand. I will tomorrow when I go back to work. But you've been doing a lot of collaborating to get that thing done, and I
just realized I still had you full screen all this time. I'm back.
I'm like, I gotta carry the show. He went to the bathroom.
You were just bragging on me doing a good job, and now look at me. Yeah, no, I've been doing a lot of collaborating. You're right, with that one especially, trying to.
So how do you feel about it so far? I mean, it's got to be incredibly exciting, but
it is. I'm a little frustrated right now. I'm just everybody's been waiting for me. Hey, Bees Blades and Delilah Rose. Hello. Everybody's been waiting for me to spill the beans on this, but I was literally starting the Kickstarter next Monday. So like a week from today, and I got a little bit of news from the manufacturer in China about steel availability and pricing. I don't want to go into everything, but basically it's going to cause me to push it back. I think I'm still going to probably at either the early part or the middle part of February, I'm going to launch the Kickstarter. But I don't want to launch it too early because then you guys are going to be waiting for a while. Anybody and I'm trying to keep the price where it is, but they're not committing right now to when they order more steel, what the price is going to be. Because they don't know. I mean, look, I'm not ragging on QSP. I love those guys. They're doing a heck of a job, but it's hard for me to decide when their supplier's not committing, they're not willing to commit, and yet I've got to commit, at some point. So, but as far as just, getting it in hand and sending it around, it's been way beyond my wildest dreams because, and again, I'm not trying to preload you with, you please tell us what you think about it. And that's what I've told everybody. I don't want anybody to hold any bars. I want everybody to tell me if they got issues, if whatever, but, my favorite thing I'm hearing is just how good it is in hand. Everybody has just commented left and right about how good. And then when I've seen Stasa and Jared cutting with them,
going to town,
made my heart almost explode watching Stasa just tear stuff up with it, and saying that of the 5 knives and two others were M390 that day. This one performed better than any of the rest of them. So that's
awesome.
It feels great, man. So I just got to figure out a way to get it out there. I know people are getting burnt out of me talking about it, and I don't want that. I want to get it to that sweet spot. And hold on, JB, Big Red, hey buddy. There's your Daleka salute, my friend, and thank you so much. He's got to go eat dinner, but come back, man.
Bon appetito, sir.
Yeah, whatever it is, enjoy it. But yeah, I always do the Daleka salute when people give the super chats. So
that's a great idea.
It's people do bells or whatever. I do the Daleka salute.
That's I need to do something. I just go, oh, thank you so much.
Well, that's what I did for a long time, and then it's like I gotta do something, And then people were doing air horns and bells, and I'm like,
I know what people want to see. They want to see me dance. They want to see how I embarrass my daughters. I do it publicly. No, I'm not going to do it.
Oh, please. Yeah, you probably don't want to do that. Don't embarrass yourself.
Yeah, but what I was going to say something, which is it's got to be, and I feel like I've seen this now with a number of people kind of in your position.
Yep.
You come out with this fantastic design, you have some prototypes made, they come back, you get them in people's hands, people get excited, and then you have to deal with production schedules.
Right.
And those production schedules seem to change, and then it's a matter of dripping excitement,
right. I agree.
You don't want to.
I agree. And I've got all these, and the good news is I've got a bunch of reviewers who still want to see it, Bob. And you're about to get one. MC's about to get one. Metal Complex.
Yep.
And then I've got like 5 or 6 people that have asked to see it. So it's not like I'm going to run out of people pumping it up and talking about it, but it just, I really want to get it in people's hands. So it just, Bob might have a Daleka, says Keith. Yeah,
I do. It's just out of reach.
It's out of reach.
It's with my 3 inchers.
There you go. But yeah, I mean, it's just, that's the thing. But I keep counting my blessings because I don't know if do you know, Benny from Jack Wolf Knives?
Yeah.
So think about him. I mean, this guy had prototypes, was about to go to an order and then order stuff, and all of a sudden the knife manufacturer says to him, you have too many models and too many things, we really can't accommodate you. At least that's what I'm reading into what he has said.
Yeah.
I can't force greatness. Thank you, Kevin Kirk. That's hilarious. And now he's literally getting new prototypes from different manufacturers, 2 different trying to start over. So I don't think I'm going to have to start over. QSP is going to make this happen. Mm-hmm. This is not one of those. It's just a time thing and a price thing. And I've been telling people I'm trying to keep the price in line. And then I hear this and I'm like, oh, what am I going to do? And so you got to be careful because you want to be able to cover your costs, and you want to be able to, because with a Kickstarter, especially, the way it works, I'm going to have a minimum number that basically, helps me order it, so it's the minimum number with no frills, no profit, no anything. But I'm hoping to go past that. But at the same point, you don't know with a Kickstarter. So you want to make sure you're covering your costs.
Let me ask you this.
It's tough.
What you're talking about covering your cost and also you want to make some money, of course. But
Couple bucks at least.
What from that? Yeah, you want to make it worth your while. What is it from your knife collector's perspective and your knife buyer's perspective? What price for a folder of your caliber makes that knife desirable? We all have different numbers. To me, like if I hear like 250, I'm like, like I either want 15 or 250. You know what I mean? Like I those are. So for you, what are those price sweet points?
Well, see, that's a great question. Now, I will tell you, I've just gotten into more premium knives recently. So I think, it has been 200 for me, but it's kind of creeped up a little bit recently. Like, for example, let's see if I can reach it.
We got inflation. It's going to happen.
Like, for example, the Liang Mach Field Duty EDC.
Yeah, that's sweet.
This is probably one of the best purchases I've ever made. The thing is, Bob, here's where I'm at with this one. It's a little different. Okay. So, let's go back to that one. I just put it away, but we're going to go back to it. So this is a $309 knife with G10 and LMAX steel. And this is made by Riot. So there were probably, let's just roughly guess that there were 1,000 of these made. My guess is the number's bigger than that. But I don't know. So again, then when you take one like this, when there's only going to be about 200 made, it's M390 steel. It's a completely kind of different design. And, it has the contoured, contoured titanium scales, everything about it. And then you've got this milling on the pivot, the milling on the inside that makes it an ounce per inch.
It's totally 3.5 premium.
Ounces. Yeah, I feel like if you're asking me, and again, you got to understand, it is hard to take the designer and the guy that's the businessman out of the knife channel guy for a moment. But if you're asking me, I think my line on this particular knife would probably be, I would draw the line at about 300 on this one. So I think the 250 I've been saying all along is a pretty good price for what you're getting. And I'm hoping to hang right there. That's where I want to be.
I think for that knife, anything less than $250, you start to be suspicious. Oh yeah, is it D2 or
right?
Because there's a lot of machine time with the contouring and with the cockpit, look at your blade and all that.
And I was originally talking the price a lot lower, around 225, but then all of a sudden when I started adding up things that I wasn't even thinking of at that time, and then again, QSP came back with the new price for some of the milling and stuff. I realized quickly it wasn't going to be, and Will, everybody has to make their choice on what they can buy and what they can't buy. And again, I already have a budget knife sitting right there in my sketchbook that's going to be next. So I get it. Okay. It's definitely going to be different than this one. It's not going to be premium materials. It's definitely not going to be, but everybody's got to make a choice on what they can afford and what they want. Now, I've been trying recently, Bob, I got to show you a knife here that you may have seen one of these, but I sold 3 lower end knives recently, simply so I could buy a more expensive knife. So I bought this Miguron Centurion.
Ooh, that's
Centurion
nice.
2, which has got the blue carbon fiber, S90V on the steel. I had to think for a second.
Wow.
Great action, ridiculous action. So that's kind of what I've been doing lately, is kind of selling a few lower end ones and kind of trying to upgrade them a little bit. So that's just me. No, Tom, you will not be seeing the Mach 51 in a gas station.
That's how I got my expensive knives, is that I realized at one point, I'm like, geez, I have I have like 3 zero tolerance knives here that are all designed by Rick Hinderer that all cost $200. What if I just sell them? You know, and it took me a couple of years to get those 3
I agree.
because I don't drop money that
I
much.
don't either. I don't
Um,
either.
well, it's seasonal, I guess, but lately I've been pretty well disciplined. But yeah, I sold those ZTs and I got 1 Hinderer, and from there I bought 2 Hinderers.
I do not have a Hinderer as of yet. I need to check one out for sure. They seem really, really cool.
They are cool, and if you want to do a swap of some sort where we could check out some knives,
Yeah,
we could do something
absolutely.
like that.
We
That'd
should
be cool.
definitely do that. Well, I haven't really asked you any questions yet. So I'm just going to throw a couple. I don't want to give you all the
Sure.
campy, how did you know, whatever.
None of the
But
questions I ask people.
yeah, no, that's not what I said.
No, of course.
But I know when I watch your streams, you often talk about I don't know if it was a long time ago or a while ago, you did some hand-to-hand combat training, not
Mhm.
combat, but fight training and
Yeah,
things
yeah.
like that. How did that come about? Because it's not really your line of work or anything
No,
like
no,
that. It
no.
was
It's
just something.
definitely not my line of
Yeah.
work. I started in college because I was never very athletic, never really liked sports very
Okay.
much. But that kind of captured my imagination, and frankly, I thought it would make me better with girls. Honestly, I was like, I'll get in better shape. I'll be able to handle myself. Girls will
There you
be able to tell. And so I did it for a long time. And then when I moved to New York City, I went to a place, checked out a place called Anderson's Martial Arts. That's still there. Amazing place. And it was all Jeet Kune Do. That's Bruce Lee's martial art, and
Okay.
Filipino Kali and Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, and also Thai boxing, which I always never did because it was too hardcore for me. Because my wife did it. She used to kick my ass on the regular. But so I used to do that a lot. And then I moved to Virginia and kind of kept up with it, but at that point had started a family, and it comes and goes. And actually we're just starting with a good friend of mine who teaches Mastro Defense System and Kali and JKD. And we're gonna do like a weekly family thing. So my little girls can continue to learn how to kick some butt. And so
That's awesome.
yeah,
That's
there's a
awesome. Yeah.
it's a lot of fun, but it was that knife component of the Filipino Kali that really drew
Right.
me into this system. The first time I went to visit that school, they were doing knife sparring. You know, they all had fencing masks on and wooden knives, and they were sparring. And I was like, this is for me. Looks so much fun. But thank God, I've never even come close to ever having to use it or anything. And
Well,
I'm
that's good.
not a fighter, you know. I'm not a tough guy.
Even
So
having lived in New York City, huh?
yeah, yeah. New York
That's
City, I
good.
just go like this. I'd be like, okay, sorry. Just kidding.
No
That didn't
problem.
happen.
Yeah, exactly. So Duke says Viper
Oh
Knives
yeah.
Hinderer Storm is a great way to get a Hinderer for less money. It's a 3/4 track. Okay, I have to check that one out. Like I said, I don't have any Hinderers yet.
Those are I've never experienced one in person, but I've always admired those Viper Storms. They seem to me like the closest thing to a real Hinderer that he's done with another company producing it.
That's cool. All right, let's see here. And my StreamYard's deciding it doesn't like me. There we go. So all right. So you've been all right. How long have you now? You said you did the martial arts. Is that where like the Kali stuff? And by the way, was Doug Micarta your teacher? No.
Yeah, no, he wasn't.
Dang it.
Doug
That would have
Micarta.
been
You
cool.
said Doug Micarta,
I
by the
did
way.
say Micarta, Micarta. Okay, fine. I got Micarta on the brain. I'm tired, but now where was I going? So is that where knives started for you, or were you into knives before that?
No. That's where I was like, oh, I've always loved knives and collected
What
them,
else can I do with them?
and
Yeah,
I've been doing this other like karate thing. But look at these guys over here. You know, this Filipino style. They're actually using
right.
knives, and they don't have to like train for 30 years before they can have a wooden stick in their hand. They start with that, and that's for me, for the impatient. I was like, yeah, let me start there.
With a stick. Yeah. So,
The
but
best thing
not.
you can say about
Yeah,
NYC is goodbye.
I know. I thought you'd like that.
I hear you, man. Yeah, I loved it while I was there, and I was there during a golden age, man. I really was there during a golden age. It was 1998 to 2010 or so, and
Gotcha.
And after we left it, if I feel like after we left, the whole place fell apart. It went to seed, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Bob, did you ever look into the term
Eichmomania. Yes. This has come up.
I figure you must know what this is because I had no idea. So
Someone has I think maybe it's actually K Mason has mentioned it on my live stream. Eichmomania sits on a piece of it's on my notebook over there. But yeah, it's the love of knives.
okay. All right.
K Mason. Thanks for
let's see. Bob Dave said, Bob, is that Arnis?
Arnis. Yeah.
It's Arnis, okay.
Yes, it is. And different different regions. So different regions call it different things. And when you say Kali, you're referring more to the ancient form of it. So the like the real combative sword and stick fighting, Arnis and what else do they call it? It's got another name and it's escaping me right now. But there are different forms of that, different versions of that.
Okay.
Very varying levels of sport. You know, some of them are more sportive, some of them are more like tournament stick fighting, which looks very odd. Some of it, and then some of it is more flowing in and out of different martial arts, and yeah, basically the same thing. Diver Dave, nice watch, Diver Dave.
So this is where it started for me. This is my Ulster Boy Scout knife that my dad got me. My dad was my scout leader, my din master, whatever you call him. And so this is kind of where and I've shown this. People in the chat are probably sick of seeing it, Bob, but this was my fish cleaning knife from the time I was really young. So it is roached. It's quite rusty because as a kid I never cleaned it. It just I did clean it. I just stuck it down in the water I was cleaning the fish in. And but yeah, it's pretty rough, and it's, as you can see, very well, there you go, thin behind the edge.
Oh, yeah.
Where I've over sharpened it with a stone about 1 billion times. My dad had knives that he had sharpened so much it actually came up like this, like it had a major recurve to it. Which this one did not start with a recurve. It definitely has one now. But
wait,
so
what's the handle? What's the handle material on that?
I think it's plastic or something. I don't know. Let's see.
Okay.
It might be bone, Bob, but I don't know. Sounds kind of plastic.
It sounds kind of hollow, but how the hell can
I think it's plastic, but it's held up pretty well. It could be, if you look right there, it could be some kind of bone or faux bone or something.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Well, it's got the jigging. It's got that nice jigging.
Yeah, it does. I mean, it was a great knife. I mean, I probably, believe it or not, cleaned hundreds of trout with this thing. I mean, so cool. Easily as a kid, because that's what I had, and that's what I mean, I would scale them with it and gut them with it. Yeah, so many times. Now we're into phobias in the chat. I don't want to know what that one is, coprolite. Potnanomicophobia. Okay. I don't know. I think
I got that one. I think I got that one back.
Oh, you get
this is my version of that, basically.
Okay. It looks a little better.
It's one that my grandpa gave me. He carried this one quite a bit. You can see how the blade has been sharpened down
of course.
And that was, some of that was me, but most of that was my grandpa. I used this. This was my, I just did every little thing that a boy needs, a tool for, just to do whatever stupid little thing I was doing, making a slingshot or try. For a while I was making, I don't know why, but I would heat up things and brand them, and I would use this to carve
Right. Well, okay, so I have to say, see if any of you guys, what is the name of the game now? My dad had a game. My dad had a game, and you would drop the knife into the dirt, like, I forget what it was called. It
was
Mumbly
Peg. Yes.
Mumbly Peg. That's it. And my dad, so we would, think about it, take these poor things and drop them in the dirt over and over again. So it's very surprising that this knife still operates now. The bottle opener, the cap lifter, that's a can opener, but they don't move very well. They don't want to.
Was that a little awl you just pulled?
Yeah,
out,
that's an awl. It's
Nice.
a little punch blade on that side, and then it's got a cap lifter, which doesn't open. Nope, I cannot open it without breaking my nail
It's sealed
off.
with years of trout guts.
Well, I mean, if you look at the end of it, you can see up
Oh
here,
yeah, yeah.
it's just roached in there. It's pretty nasty. I have ex-wife phobia. There you go, Tom. Will de-assisted is Kershaw Blur. Very interesting.
Yeah. Okay. So Will, I
I
de-assisted.
do two Bs, by the way. Go ahead.
What did I de-assist? I de-assisted my 566 zero tolerance small hinderer 3. That was cool. It was cool to do because it had the obviously the one thing that bummed me out was, well, it had the detent hole and it had the detent, so that was good. But the detent was definitely not set for anything but trout gut sealant. Indeed, it was not set for anything but that flipper open.
Hey,
so.
hang on half a second. I have my daughter over here with an issue. What's the problem? They don't ever interrupt me unless. Well, step on it. There's apparently a black widow in the basement.
Oh,
I can't come help you right now. Hit it with something.
they really hate shoes, I hear.
Yeah, they hate shoes a lot. Here, come take my slipper and hit it with it. Well, I can't help you right now. If it were a real emergency, I'd be right there. My Finch 1929 is that knife for me now. Yeah, you carry that every day. I know you do, Chaz. That is a great knife for sure. Use a knife. They said come get a knife and cut the spider with it.
Show that spider who's boss.
Now she's yelling. Now she's yelling to my wife, who will come down and step on it. So it's all good.
Do you speaking of fixed blades, have you experienced this one? The Ritter Hogue RSK.
I have not.
This
but
is the
that
RSK
thing
Mark
looked amazing.
3, I believe it's the 3. I can never remember, but yeah, it's got the same
All right, we're gonna put you up full here for a second.
Radial pattern there.
I can do it without screwing it up.
Oh,
there we go.
Okay, here.
Wow, that's pretty.
Let me hold it. Nice. Yeah, it is. It's a very, I mean, it's same thing as that knife before. It's a little less broad, but the fact that blade is 1.5 inches right there,
Yeah.
that grind is like over 1 inch tall, very thin and slicey. This is my one S45 VN knife. I don't do too much steel hunting, I gotta say.
Right.
Just because I don't push anything to the limit where I'm like, man, if only this were made of M390, I would have finished the job like 10 minutes earlier. That's never happened to me. And but I don't doubt that it could happen to other people who use their knives for work, stuff like that. But this is a really excellent one. It's nice and light, feels great in the hand. I have no doubt it's extremely capable. I've only messed around with it in my backyard, so much want that Ritter fixie.
Yeah, he does.
Man,
I don't blame him. That's a beautiful knife. Now, Jason Brown, I'll tell you, I have a knife like that. This Benchmade. Whoops, I might want to put myself back on the screen. Hold on. The Benchmade 945 Vector. Not 945.
That's an interesting knife, I think.
Oh, crud. What's the number? 495. Anyway, the Vector, the Benchmade Vector. I love this blade. This is one of my favorite blades. I love the grip. I love the way it feels in my hand. And I absolutely hate that it's assisted. Everywhere I've looked in a forum and everywhere else, they say you can't de-assist this one. So I haven't, but I just don't carry it very much for that very reason. I wish it wasn't, but that's just me.
God, well, what is the point? What is the point of taking
Yeah, well, tell me. I don't know, because again, if I pull out, here's the closest flipper I have, and I do this. Okay, that's the mini Gemini, the small Gemini, and then I do this. They weren't that much different, were they?
What's the point of putting it on a good knife? I mean, this is a knife that a knife person, not just this is not something hanging.
This is a $280 knife. This is not a toy.
That's silly. I don't get that. It doesn't really quite make sense. I think it's tone deaf, because I don't think people are paying $280 for a knife wanted assisted. They should. I'm sorry.
No, I totally agree, and it's an amazing knife. This is one. I've sent it around to folks to look at, and they've loved it, but they're like, I wish it wasn't assisted. The only other issue with this knife is because of that swedging,
Yeah.
which is so amazing. You don't really want to do this very much.
What's
You can
that?
do it
Put
on
your thumb.
light work.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to put, because it's not sharp, but it's thin. So it kind of irritates you a little bit, but you don't need it. I mean, you've got a great grip on this knife. Really big, really nice knife. I love it. I just wish it wasn't assisted.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very much so.
That's a major
It's a
buzzkill. And I got to
shame.
say, I also feel that way about taking the swedge all the way up to the ricasso.
Right.
I had the Liangma eraser, the CRKT, such a cool design. I wish they kind of made the eraser too a little bit more like the original. But in any case, it had a beautiful blade, but it had a swedge that ran all the way up to the ricasso. And that knife was especially comfortable with the thumb forward, but it just didn't work for that
I
same
agree.
reason.
Yeah, it's and that's there's certain things like that bother me. And I think that would be anything that forces me to grip a knife a certain way.
Hmm.
I just, it depends. How good is that grip? And that's kind of why I wanted so badly on the Mach 51 to make sure I gave you two options. You can come back here if you want. You can be back here and you have plenty of room, or you can choke up and have that grip. I like options in my grip depending on what I'm doing with the knife. And that's just, that's a kind of a weird thing for me, but I think of a lot of us are like that. And
Oh yeah.
you just really can't do any hard work with this one with your thumb up here. You're gonna hurt your thumb because it's not gonna. Yeah, assisted knives were good a long time ago when knives had slow action. Okay, that makes sense. Not as many of them had bearings.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them were on washers. Fine, assisted, but it's just, I agree with what Bob said. There's no reason to assist a $280 knife. It ought to have good action. It just should.
I was talking to Stasa about your knife when he was
Okay.
on my show a few weeks back.
Oh, I missed that.
It's when he had it, and I asked him, "Is the Mach 51 comfortable without using the forward choil?" Because sometimes you feel like you're sort of
Right.
forced into choil usage,
Right.
but sometimes you really do want to come back and have a saber grip, and for whatever reason, I just asked him, "Is it comfortable? And he showed me, like he got a nice full grip on it, and he said it was excellent without using that
Right.
forward
The
choil,
only
and that's good to
thing,
hear.
and I can't remember which reviewer said it. Somebody said if I'm back here, I'm maybe it was Jake from Beardy Gear. I feel like I'm too far back from the blade. But
Well,
as
that's a
far as
given.
comfort goes, it shouldn't be a problem. And that's kind of the reason I did this was to give you that locked in grip back here. And that was my idea, was to have two grips.
Yeah.
Because I like having those options.
Right.
Yeah, I hear you, Michael Morgan. Michael, I had a case knife I want to buy, but I'm worried about some of the recent QC issues I've had. And Michael said buy one in person, so may need to wait and do that.
I've also found that, and this might not be what you're going for. You said you were going for the blue. What was that? That Caribbean blue bone?
Blue bone,
Yeah.
copperhead.
So that's in there. Cool. I love the copperhead model, but that's in their stainless steel, right? So
it's in that true sharp. Yeah.
Yeah. I find that they have very few limited lines of CV. They're chrome vanadium, 1095. Okay. Yep. I think they spend more time and energy on those.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah, but
may make a little more sense. Yeah.
The choices though are way limited. You're not going to find that beautiful blue.
So maybe what we can read into that is the 1095 models are aimed at the collector and the others are named at the market as a whole, and they just mass produce the snot out of them and don't pay as much attention. Yeah. No, I actually have a GEC right here, pocket metal. I have the
ooh, nice.
It's got the 94 Liberty. The let's see if I can get it out of here. I've been keeping it in here trying to decide if I'm going to carry it or if I'm going to not carry it. And so far I haven't been carrying it, but I really want to.
I love the wax paper it comes in. So
yeah, that's pretty sweet. Feels like a Declaration of Independence, which is funny because you've got the We the People here. Yeah, so just a really cool. It's the acrylic.
That's awesome.
Really cool. And I've got frog lube on the blade. That's why it looks kind of funky.
Is that the Gadsden rattlesnake on the
Yes,
other side?
yeah, it is.
Oh,
Right
sweet.
there. Yeah. So really, really cool action on it, as far as the slip joint goes. Really snappy. Really digging it. I'm probably just going to break down and get a slip for it and start carrying it because I like it too much.
Yeah.
Most likely. Mom killed the spire. Kind of looked like a black widow, but we couldn't see red. So, well, then it was just some sort of plain old house spider. See, you were going to have me stop my stream. This is my daughter, by the way. You were going to have me stop my stream to come out there for some spider that wasn't even a black widow.
I like that she comes on your stream, though.
She does.
That's cool.
Oh, my kids, Bob, if you haven't seen enough, my kids come in here. Trevor's sick, so he won't be in here tonight, but he always just comes in the back, stands here, talks to everybody. She comes in and brings her bunny in sometimes.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so my kids are a part of it. It's fun. My two older ones live out on their own, so they're rarely here, but it's a lot of fun. All right, so let's see. Did I have let's see. I had one more question I wanted to get to. What was it? We already talked about fixed blades. Were there any more fixed blades that you had that were some of your favorites that you wanted? I kind of went through everything I had sitting. The only one I don't have here that's one of my favorites is the SE3. I love the way that knife feels in my hand. And
all right, so I have a lot of them, but let me show you one production and one. It's Dad's job to draw.
I know.
That's kind of true.
If it wasn't just a spider, like if she came in and said there was like a rattlesnake in the room, I would have gone and killed the stream.
Yes.
What is it? Chicken noodle soup, JB. That's probably good when you've been sick like you.
Oh man. Let me show you three. Two of them are readily available, and one of them is just mine, and I love it, and I want to show it off. But one that I really, really have been digging lately is the Off-Grid Knives Backcountry Coyote. Okay. Coyote referring to the coyote tan color. Now, I have the Backcountry Blackout. It's the earlier all-black version, and the handle scales are G10 on that one, but they have an Anzo pattern, with the grooves coming in from opposing sides and meeting in the middle. And this one has kind of a Hinderer-esque honeycomb pattern, elongated hexagons. And
it looks like a big, thick handle.
It is. It is. And on the other knife, it's distractingly large, I find. And I'm like, am I not enough of a man to hold on to this? But then this knife is, the handle on this is contoured in cross-section as well. So it's so much more comfortable than the other version. And it's a subtle difference, but I really dig this knife. I love that shape. They market it as an outdoors knife. To me, it looks a little more menacing than that, but that's just me.
It does. Wow. I mean, that is a crazy looking blade. It reminds me a little bit. There was a company, they're gone now, or at least I think they are. There was a company called Grayman Knives.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And they had a knife that looked very similar to that, but with wooden handles.
Big giant. They did the Dua and they did a couple of
Dua
folders.
And the Satu were their two folders, but they did those big
giant knives.
Yeah, giant fixed blades.
Those were drool worthy. Okay, so one
no,
other.
Okay, wait a minute. Now we've got a war going on here. The bunny is not poisonous. I'm allergic to it. Come on.
So in essence, it is poisonous.
Yeah, it is. That's an off-grid.
Sure
that is the off-grid backwoods coyote, is what he said that was.
Yeah, backcountry.
Backcountry. Sorry.
Yeah, this is a really cool one. And the guys Ezekiel and Jonathan over at Shredder have done exhaustive reviews of this where they really pound on them.
That's cool. And Hero Sticks, you're exactly right. I've been trying to get a Dua for like 3 years, and I'm not willing to pay the prices that I'm seeing them at in the secondary market. So no, I doubt he has. Hold on, Bob. We got to show you an important knife here.
Oh.
Let me get it, Michael. Michael asked if you've seen my giant knife. You ready for this? And it cuts too. We have tested it out on the channel.
All sorts of envy and desire, weird feelings coming over me, man, because that is love. I like that a lot.
And it's a lockback, by the way.
Where'd you get this thing?
A viewer named Bill. I think Bill's been in the chat tonight. Sent it to me. I
Bill,
sent
man,
him.
that's
He
brilliant.
won one of my giveaways, and I sent him the smallest Rough Rider. It's about that big.
That little green one.
Yeah, it's gold. It's like, it looks like an earring. And I sent it to him, and he started laughing so hard he had to send me one of these.
God,
so
that is hilarious. That's so cool. I gotta say, that's really cool.
And it cuts. All right. So what's your second fixed blade you got there?
Second fixed blade is also a production knife. I just love this. I find myself carrying it a lot, not to work, but just kind of around the house and then out around here a lot. I just carry it a lot. And this is the Fred Perrin designed Spyderco Street Bowie.
Okay, not familiar with that one.
And it's so Fred Perrin is this French commando badass who's designed all these.
That goes back to your on the grip there, which you're talking about the guard.
Yeah, exactly. That's something that you see a lot from him. And it's a 5.5 inch blade. Wow. And it's VG10, just beautifully ground, it's not very thin, but it's really sharp, and it's a great, very capable knife. And it's also light, and it's got a sheath that people diss, and I roundly dissed it at first too, but I haven't gotten around to making my own yet, so it'll do right now.
Well, that's a pretty cool one. And you know, people always ask me, why do you like Spyderco so much? And I think that displays it well. They do flat grinds so well.
They really do.
They end up so thin at the bottom because they do it, that leaf shape on the folders gives them more opportunity to bring that down and make it nice and thin, and I just dig it. But yeah, so I dig that, and I actually like the handle on that one too. It looks really...
it's got like this center part, like this is all Kraton or Cryex or whatever the fuck, and then this, excuse my French, and then this right here is a rubberized material inset there, right where that palm swell is. Ordinarily, I don't like rubberized stuff because I feel like my shirt will grip on it and it'll print, but it doesn't on this. It's really nice.
That's like the Cold Steel SRK. That's one of those that I when I first felt that rubber handle, I didn't like it, but after using it, and I don't even have one right now. I gave it to one of my kids, but it's really cool is how that fills your hand with the swell. So we were just talking about you earlier, Ben. Look who's here.
Hey Ben, how's it going?
Belkin, man. Knife Nuts.
Happy New Year's.
Cool. And Ben gets one of these lovely Delica salutes. There you go, Ben. Good to see you, brother. I love that dude.
Ben. I have a little bit of whiskey.
Are you at SHOT Show? There you go. Are you at SHOT Show, Ben? I'm just curious. Very, very cool to see you, my friend. I wish I was at SHOT Show, and I know there's at least one other person in the chat that was going to be at SHOT Show that didn't get to go because of sickness, that wishes they were there. But I know he says not this year, next year. You'll have some prototypes by then.
Sweet. Ben posted this most gorgeous. We were just talking about GECs yesterday, I think it was. He posted this beautiful number 66 calf roper in Gabon ebony, which is, I love the 66. I have it in my Carta, but I always really admired that Gabon ebony. It's so beautiful. Yeah, and he keeps them nice and polished and good looking. He
sent me a Ben. What was the number you sent me that had the ebony handles on it? It was a oh Lord, I want to say it was it wasn't an 86. Nope, it was not. It was the one with the Warncliffe blade, but it had the most gorgeous ebony handles I've ever seen. He'll tell you what it was in a minute. He knows. But all right, so what's the third one? And then I think in a minute here we're gonna have to head towards a giveaway, but we've got a couple more minutes here.
Right on. So this one was I showed you this little Tanto EDC before.
I'm sorry, they're talking about I had to make my Kevin Campbell, I had to make my family go kill a spider for me. That's not nice. But anyway, all right, go. It's gotten out of control now.
I was showing off this little hog tooth knives. So the same guy made this for me.
The big one.
So this is a
gosh, that sheath.
The sheath. I call it a corset sheath. This guy does leather as well as he does knives. I mean, it's just a beautiful sheath.
Yeah, I was on your birthday stream and I saw this, man.
Oh, okay.
But show it to everybody. Yeah.
So this is basically my dream knife come true. It's a Bob Loveless sub hilt fighter pattern. That's the sub hilt. It makes fighting easier. You know, you can extract it from betwixt the ribs or where you know, and then also you can use it kind of like a trigger and for whatever. You know, it's just cool. I've always loved the Loveless design for this particular knife, and so commissioned this, and it's double edged, and this is this is 1095 and 14N20, I guess. And he did all sorts of crazy stuff.
Yeah, the Damascus is interesting. That is really cool. The pattern is beautiful.
And then the handle is stag. And I actually bumped into Matt at Blade Show while he was hunting this stag down, which was kind of cool. And he was getting other materials, but these pins are silver, and the quillions here, the guard and the sub hilt, are made from wrought iron that was salvaged from the Longfellow Bridge in Boston. He's a Massachusetts maker.
Cool.
So
that's a gorgeous knife.
I would say thank you, but obviously I didn't build it. But I am very proud of this
you
knife.
Should be proud to have it.
Yeah.
Kevin Campbell, I really have an issue with this, man. You can't be called spider knives and be terrified of spiders. I'm sorry. We need to. Everybody think of a new name for him now. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that seems odd.
There must be a reason he has that. Okay, so whoops, crud. Okay, I accidentally just blocked Hollywood Tactical trying to show his tweet. Keith, do you think you could try to unblock Hollywood Tactical for me, please?
What's up, Hollywood Tactical?
Oh my gosh, I can't believe I was trying to show what he said, and now I didn't even get to finish reading it. So Hollywood, I'm sorry. That's what happens when the chat moves when you're trying to click on something. And my daughter said, Bob, you got a compliment from my daughter. She says that is a cool knife.
Thank you, Ashlyn. You've got good taste.
Now, she's different than most people's daughters. Now, I did get her one of the Brighton blades, the little knives that everybody had from Blade Show West. They have like flowers and sayings and stuff on them. But when we went to Smoky Mountain Knife Works, I can't remember what you got this last time, Ash. Oh yeah, I got it. The first time we went to Smoky Mountain Knife Works about 2 years ago, not the first time, but anyway, we've been there a billion times. She picked out a Spyderco Efficient blacked out, like completely blacked out. And then this time she got a Minimalist. And there was one other thing
Which blade for the Minimalist?
She got the Bowie blade.
Nice.
But yeah, very, very, very cool. I am sorry, Hollywood. I hope we get you back, man. I don't know how to find you on StreamYard and fix it. So hopefully Keith can get it fixed. Now I can do the giveaway. I can't do the giveaway till he's fair. Okay, now he's good. I accidentally blocked you, brother, but you're back. Keith must have fixed it.
Nothing personal.
Yeah, no, nothing personal at all. It's just trying to click while the chat is moving. Oh, that's what it was. It's a CRKT Brian Ty fighter.
Oh, wow.
BT fighter, not BK fighter. So that's what she got.
Oh, that's a cool one.
So again, she's not like the little girl picking out the pink knives. She's definitely she has a good taste in knives for sure. She's got a CRKT M16 that she digs, and
great knife.
She likes. Thank you. You can't get it back. Well, he just chatted, so he must be okay. Okay. Well, I don't know.
My CRKT M16 is the only knife that was ever pickpocketed from me, and I know it was pickpocketed.
Oh, which one is this?
That's the BK fighter.
Okay, this is the BT fighter. BT, not BK.
So very nice.
The Brian Ty. Brian Ty is the
BK
designer.
fighter is delicious.
So the only issue I have with this one for me is it's a little small for my hand.
Yeah,
I kind of come out to that swell,
and it's got the 2-finger partition, which can sometimes be a problem. But very, very cool clip. And I also believe they really got that button lock dialed in with the flipper, right?
Small.
Oh yes, no, very much so. This I told people, and I don't usually brag on CRKT because I don't dig a lot of their knives lately, but
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
way better than the Civivi Cogent.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean,
Huh.
action-wise, to me, way better.
My Cogent is a little sticky.
That has no lock stick,
Okay.
none whatsoever. Now here she brought this guy, so that's her minimalist.
Oh, she got the one with the cool with
It's
the
got the gears. My wife got the one with the Kraken on it. So,
nice.
yeah. So, they got to
Oh,
have some little design, but it's a good purse dropper or a neck knife or whatever.
I carried the minimalist underneath my work ID for years and years until I had the Warncliffe first, then I got the Bowie, and now I just carry a Bastinelli diagnostic. But I just like a little. If I have to be a tagged human and walk around with
Right.
one of those things, I'm going to stash a knife behind it.
I hear you. Yeah, I know that they had the full size one while we were there, Hollywood, but she definitely wanted the smaller one. If I got one, then I would definitely have the bigger Tanto for sure. Let's see, who's difficult? I'm difficult. What did I do now? See, they all started. No, I didn't. And I didn't block Winchester either. For those of you that are saying that, oh my goodness. Yep. I know that, Hollywood. I just can't always remember what they're called. I got too much running through my head. But that
Cthulhu.
is cool. So, Bob, they were asking a question. Somebody asked a question a minute ago that is very important now. But the answer is Bob probably does not know about butter knives fast. So we were sitting here doing a stream one day, and my youngest son comes down with a kitchen butter knife. And he says, "Here, Dad, review this." And so I'm sitting there like dumbfounded because he just shows up in the middle of the stream and he wants me to review this butter knife. And so I sit here and I'm like trying to review just a plain old butter knife. And everybody thought it was so funny. So the very next week I went upstairs and I found blue these are just basically plastic cutlery. And literally this is the 37th one. So for 37 weeks of the 45, I've been giving these away in my swag packs. My son signs every one of them. That says Trev if you can't read that, and he does his little cross there. But yeah, so this is a running gag. Matter of fact, Rusty Knife Lover, I believe, has number one. And
I love that. That's so cool.
Oh, now see, I got to tell Bob that, Ashlyn. So this is a knife she wants, Bob. Check that out.
CRKT. Oh, the Cleaver Girl.
The clever girl.
I'm sorry, the Clever Girl, but it comes in a cleaver, or no. It now comes in a kukri.
Right. But the one she's talking about is the folder. The Clever Girl.
Sorry, Ashlyn, folder. I can read. Sorry about that. But yeah, the Clever Girl. I was thinking of that, but with the kukri, because that looks pretty sweet. And I love that Persian, that upswept Persian.
Oh yeah,
of the Clever Girl.
It is a very upswept Persian.
So here's my question: was that named after the Velociraptor?
I think it's the raptor claw.
Yeah,
I mean, if you look at it, that's kind of what it looks like.
Okay.
I just want to say this again. I did not block Winchester. Y'all stop saying it. Oh my goodness, you crazy people. All right, Bob. I think that's all the questions, and I'll leave it up to you. I do want to show you the knife I'm giving away tonight because I think you'll like this one. This feels like a Bob knife to me, so it's kind of why I picked it. I have a few giveaway knives over here in the cabinet, and I'm like, very cool. I still don't have a butter knife. Keith, I need to send you one, brother. But you know what? I'm down to 3 now, so I need to go to the dollar store, which Keith gets his Dolikas at, and get some more blue butter knives. I'm running very low. I do not have a spare Finch Holiday that I want to trade away. I have one, and it's mine. So go away. They have a minimalist katana. No, they do.
Oh yes, they just came out with a minimalist that has a 3.5-inch blade.
What?
And it's a faceted. It's a really nice kind of longer upswept Tanto, because they had a Tanto, like a little recurve Tanto, which I think they
for a minute. This is always bad.
This looks cool, budget guy. I want to get my hands on one of these. I think they just featured them in the recent Knife Center video. You
And
know,
I'm trying
knives
to
this
find
week.
one here. All right, yeah, Knife Center is the first place I found, so we'll put them up. And let me see if I can share without deleting everybody. No, I'm just kidding. I'm bad with this stuff, man. I really am. All right, here we go. We're gonna look at this crazy thing. All right, look at that. It's got the compound grind and everything.
Yeah.
Still the
Hopefully
same
it's not
small
5
handle, though, right?
CR15 MOV like all the other minimalists, but
Let's see what it is. It's 8CR.
excuse me, 8 CR. That's
Yeah,
better. That's better than the 5 CR you get from the Walmart minimalists.
Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty cool knife, no doubt. Very cool. Thanks for pointing that out. I hadn't seen that one. I missed it.
So what are you giving away today?
All right, so let's see. First of all, guys, we always have a giant pile of swag. I'm not going to go through all of it, but you get the KnivesFAST stickers, and you get, of course, a Tempest Knives sticker. If I can get my finger off of it so you can see it. There's Big Red EDC in here. There's Ducure and DeLambs. There's Last Ranger, Grumpy Grunt, Lions EDC. So there's plenty of swaggy stickers in here. And then we have a Hank tonight, a small size
Cool.
Issuing Stitches Hank with this crazy roses and roses and skulls pattern. How about that one? That's pretty crazy. It's microfiber on the back, and it's a small one. I know a lot of people prefer the smaller Hanks. And then the knife. Dun, dun, dun. So let's see what we got here. We have the Damned Designs Yokai.
Oh, what a nice giveaway, man.
Yeah, so this is a big fisted knife to me. I mean, they're 5.5 ounces. It's got that very droppy because it's so heavy, blade with that. To me, better. I like this better than a really steep Tanto, but I know a lot of people like the Wendigo with the more of a scraper style, as I would call it, because it's a whole lot steeper.
Mm-hmm.
This one, not so much. And of course, this great place to put your thumb. That kind of harpoonish place to put your thumb there. Really dig that. So I just thought this said Bob.
Well, I'll give you my address. No,
Okay.
that is sweet. I had the 4 Damned design knives that were kind of going around through everyone's hands, and what awesome knives. And he's a cool dude too.
Yeah.
Sam Abdul
Ashlyn, walk down here and I will give you a Tempest Knives sticker. You haven't ever asked for one. Good grief. This has gotten out of hand, Bob. I'm sorry you had to be here for this.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, Poon Swoop. There you go. But it's really okay. Chaz says he carried his high-end yokai today. Yeah, that's right. I think I saw your picture. Very, very cool. But this,
nice.
I just think this is a really cool knife and a cool one to do a giveaway of. And so, guys, if I always do this at 9:30, I'm running a couple minutes late. So for those of you that want to go to Everyday City Carry, Ray, he will start any moment now. There we go. But yeah, she's putting me on the spot, JN. That's exactly right. Tell Dad sticker
JN,
or
how you doing, man?
bunny kisses. I like that. Yeah, we've had, by the way, guys, I haven't done an update. We had as many as 96 people in here, which is our previous record, and we tied it, and there's 102 likes.
That's
so
awesome, man.
I'm digging that. It's been a good night. And it's been fun having you on, Bob. I have really enjoyed doing that. We're going to put up Keith starting in on the rules here. One guess and one guess only. Closest without going over. In the event there's a tie, there'll be a knife fight. 18 or over, there'll be a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
18 and over, U.S. mailing address only. Those are the rules. Yeah, we are missing Trevor tonight. And they're asking who's never won. Yeah, Corbin, I understand there were, again, I'm usually live on Monday nights. there were people that announced they were going to go live today. There's nothing I can do about it. So, but what I was going to say is with those two live and so many of you staying here, it means a lot. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Hopefully we're entertaining enough to warrant that. But there we go. So Bob, I'm going to go ahead and hit this giveaway real quick. You mind hanging out for a minute?
Of course not. I want to see who wins this.
All right. So guys, let's see. We got, I gotta pick a range here. So let's go. All right. We're going to go right there. And Keith, if you want to get ready to put that start up, I will have a number ready here in just a minute. All right. We're going to go with that. All right. I am good to go. You can put that up anytime you would like. I messaged Joe to scold him. That's staying for the butter knife. Come for the interview. Stay for the butter knife. I mean, it has been this awesome. Just like I put Ren and Stimpy. My wife bought me Ren and Stimpy, these little figures last Christmas, and I put them up, and people loved them. And then Jason Brown got me some more. We got Powdered Toast Man and Log and TV, and so it's just been this running gag.
Man, one of the best shows ever. I haven't really thought about Ren and Stimpy in a long time.
I haven't seen it in forever. There's our start. All right, guys, your range is 250 to 450, 250 to 45. Hey, Stacy, 250 to 450, somewhere in there. One guess per person. Give me a guess in that. Yeah, Powdered Toast Man. There he is. Let's let Powdered Toast Man come out and say hello. It's hilarious. Yeah, that was I don't have a Muddy Mud Skipper though. I need one of those.
Oh yeah, Muddy Mud Skipper. I forgot about that. And Log was my favorite.
I do have Log here. Log is Jason sent Log along, so we do have a little Log here.
It's very better than bad. It's good.
Yeah, that was a funny commercial. They had a lot of them. Keith's guessing for Pro X. Thank you. Oh, Keith, I haven't. Let me send you the number. I always send it to Keith so he can be looking. And this is the awkward moment where Casey stops to text Keith.
Whenever we're watching TV and someone uses a computer, I look at my wife and say, "What? We're watching TV now to watch someone on their computer?"
Yeah. And I have not been looking. There are so many guesses flying in. I'm going to have to go back and look because I have not. Ooh, there's a close one right off the close. Now about 20 down or so. We have a close now. I don't know how many down it is. Now I'm giving people hints and I wasn't even trying to.
How long do you accept?
It's usually a couple minutes. Do I accept guesses?
Yeah.
It's usually a couple minutes. When it starts dying down.
Ever have anyone hit it right on the nut?
Oh yeah, many times. Man, we have got a lot close ones here. You guys are all over it tonight. Now, nobody dead on just yet. I'm looking. Yeah, here's the range for you guys. If you didn't see it, thank you, Grumpy, for throwing that up there. I appreciate it. Ooh, nope. Okay. I thought I had a close one, but I didn't. If I win, please send it to Marcos. Okay, I got you, Jason. There are so many. This community is crazy. Follow the rules or the bunny will squash your spider. Okay. You guys are hilarious. It gets weird in here sometimes.
Oh, I know.
All right, guys, give it about another 30 seconds. So get your guess in, please. JN, it's not the kind of event that benefits from play-by-play. Thank you. I told you, they're so nice to me. All right, Will, I have got to get a Boker mermaid and give it away and just rig it where you win. We're going to have to do that. Will talks about that Boker mermaid a lot.
It is a beautiful piece.
A piece of what, Bob?
Yeah, I'll leave that open-ended.
Oh gosh, that's it's an interesting knife to say the least. There are many more beautiful knives. I was trying to see if there was any. Oh, speaking of ginormous knives, Bob, have you seen the Tucson Vandal?
Yeah, I have not. I don't have it
This
yet,
thing
but I
is
have seen it and I really like it.
humongous. The only issue with it is it does not. There, I got it that time. It does not want. It does not. It has a really tight detent.
Okay.
Is what I'm trying to say. This particular model does. All right. What do you mean rigged, bees? There's no rigging. Gosh. Oh, I was talking to, oh yeah. Well, I mean, we got to let Will win the Boker Mermaid. That's what I was talking about. So I can seem to see, and then other times I can't.
I have my
don't
very
understand
first.
that.
I have my very first Tucson coming this week. I hope. And it's not that Vandal, but I think that is really cool, and that's a collaboration, right?
That's the LTK.
Love them knives.
Love them knives. Yep.
Was it
All right,
Max?
let's go ahead and put the stop up there for me, Keith, if you would. Go ahead. What'd you say, Bob?
Oh, I just didn't know who he designed it with. I knew he did it with someone else. Was it Max Chichuk or some?
I don't know the answer to that. That's a great question. Does anybody know the answer to that? Because I don't. That sounds right. And there's the stop, guys. No more guesses. Stop the presses. I know, I just rhymed.
That was cool.
All right, you guys ready? Keith, I haven't looked through everybody, so we're gonna have to go back through unless you already have. But I have somebody that was 2 off. So we have 289. 289 is your number, and the one I've seen so far is Leland Phil, with 287.
Nice.
So let's see if we got anybody closer. Well, you know what? I ought to look and see if Keith has already looked and said anything here before I go way up. Nope. Somebody just said it was Max, Bob. So you are correct.
Okay.
Well, I knew you were correct anyway, but I just don't know the answer. All right. I'm going to run through this really quick, and hopefully we will declare a winner pretty quick. Leland Phil is my 287 that I saw. David Iverson just over, man. So close. I hate that when I'm just over or just under or just anywhere in the wrong place. Oh, there's a 389. You had me there for a second. All right.
Only 100 off.
All right, let's see what Keith says down here. Leland Phil with 287. So Phil, you're the guy, man. So you get the great KnivesFAST, butter KnivesFAST. You get that awesome Hank from Issuing Stitches, and you get the Yokai from Damn Designs. It's very, very cool.
Congratulations, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
JB says the same thing too. So thank you, JB, for checking also. I appreciate that. After he's all full of chicken noodle soup. How am I wrong again? It sucks being dumb. It's called guesswork, Sobix. but hey, look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Live from Blade Show, it's Zach. Hello, Zach. What's up, man? Blade Show, SHOT Show. You knew what I meant.
Yeah.
But have fun, Zach. I would love to be there, brother. Very, very cool. So, Bob, I really appreciate you joining us today. I hope and pray that you get a Mach 51 tomorrow.
So do I. What a great way to go back to work.
If you don't, let me know so we can try to get
Indeed.
Peter to track it down. Whoa, Tree Stabbing Troy, man, I appreciate. Whoa, what just happened? I appreciate that, man. Shipping gets crazy.
Nice.
2 weeks ago, I had over $100 worth of shipping in 1 week, and I about had a panic attack. So I really, really do appreciate that. So here is your Daleka salute, sir. Troy, I appreciate you, man. Troy's also a member of the pit crew, so I appreciate that. Thank you very much. The pit crew is my member. I have a Patreon and a channel member thing, so we call it
cool.
The KnivesFAST Pit Crew since we're KnivesFAST.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, thanks for showing off some really cool fixed blades. Now I got a list of fixed blades I got to pick up. Thanks.
Thanks for having me on, man. It's been a pleasure.
Absolutely. And when you get that, let me know, and maybe we can chat again, or yeah. Everybody says thanks for hanging out tonight, Bob.
Oh, my pleasure. And you and I have talked about, once I've had a chance to check out the knife, you're going to come on
Oh yes,
the Knife Junkie podcast,
that's
and
awesome.
we'll get to dig even deeper.
That's
Thank you,
perfect.
Bob, for
And
hanging out tonight. Well, thank you, Keith. I appreciate it, man. It's a pleasure. And thank you, Casey. It's thank you for the invitation. I think
absolutely.
I love what you're doing. It's awesome.
Thank you very much. And I love, like I said, your streams are right up my alley. I enjoy it so much. And the podcast. Whoa, man. Everybody's chipping in now. We got
Woo! Right
Zach,
on.
and Zach gets a Daleka salute. And look at that, Chaz. You make my head swell, brother. Chaz says shipping money and for being awesome money. I like
Oh
it.
man.
That is hilarious. Thanks, guys, so much. Zach, have fun out there, man. Really, really appreciate that you're out there. And Chaz, thank you so much for the kind words. And thanks everybody for dropping the love in the chat. That's super cool. Guys, there are other streams going on, so if you want to jump into one, please do. Bob, you're the star tonight, says Sobix. Very cool.
Oh, thank you, man. Appreciate
And
it.
Andrew's one of my loyal viewers as well. There's lots of them in here, and Andrew sent me some crazy knives as well. That guy's got a heck of a collection too. Ray from Everyday City Carry should be live now, although I didn't get a notification. Usually it'll pop up right about 9:30 and tell me he's live. So
I haven't got
I
one
haven't
either.
seen a notification, so he might be on a bit of a delay. And then I don't know if the knife modders are still live or not, but they may be.
Oh, I got something coming from them. I can't wait.
I forgot about that. I saw their post. Bob, are you kidding me? That thing is gorgeous.
God. Yeah, I'm
Are
really
you
looking forward.
excited for that?
Yeah, I'm like beside myself. Very much looking forward to it.
So I'm gonna send one of these to them.
Yes, as you
I'm
should.
gonna have to. This is a blank canvas and a half. So I don't know, but that thing, that turbo looks crazy.
Yeah, I cannot wait.
Good color selection too.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
They did a killer job.
Yeah, I think they really did. So is that on the way yet?
I should have it in the next, this week. I already paid for it. They already dropped it in the mail.
Disappears or anything like that.
But oh, let's not do that.
All right, so let me know tomorrow if you would. Make my heart stop beating out of my chest.
I'll let you know.
We'll go from there. Bob, thanks so much. Sorry I kept you a little bit longer than I planned. And guys, thanks for all the support. Give me a thumbs up on your way out, and thanks so much for watching the KnivesFAST channel. Now, if I can figure out how to end broadcast on here, because it disappeared on me. There it is. Okay, I had zoomed in. See you guys.